Hey everybody, Graz back. Sorry for the crappy video last night. I'm actually thinking I might leave a message somewhere on if there could be a way on how to like monitor those so that it's not such a hodgepodge of garbage, because that was terrible. You do the 1985 college football season, you expect the Bo Jackson year. Not a bunch of hodgepodge from 1983 to 1986 all mixed together and then a crappy Bo Jackson. I mean, he was still okay, I guess, but still. He wasn't even in the top 100 for MVP votes. So that's ridiculous. Okay. We're on Action PC again, baseball. We're gonna finish the regular season of the 1986 MLB. The stories here are the Red Sox. I don't know. They need to go on a huge winning streak to maybe make the playoffs. We'll look at that in just a second. The Astros, Angels, Mets, and Yankees are all winning their divisions. My Tigers are 4.5 games out. Since I like to play what ifs, I went in and messed with their roster a little bit, and I know Lance Parrish only played 93 games that year, but he's playing more for me. I didn't realize that early enough. I think he missed all of August. Another minor story that's coming up, George Bell has an outside shot at the American League Triple Crown. He's hitting .319. He's in 7th. He's behind 6 guys, and Mattingly's hitting .343, but he has a chance. He's leading the American League in home runs, and he's only 2 RBIs behind Mattingly. So, let's see what else is what other story as we head into September. Vince Coleman already has 100 stolen bases. That's huge. Mike Scott will probably strike out 300. He has 285. So that's huge. We're going to check his usage right now, because I want him pitching. That's fine. Okay. All right. So let's look at the playoff scenario. Reports. I'm not real sure where to go for that. Teams? No. Sorry, everybody. I'm used to them homebrew seasons. What was 1986? How many teams made the playoffs? I'm gonna. Four. So basically, it is the division leaders. That's it. Oh yeah, no wild card until 1994, technically. Okay, so win the division or not. So it looks like the Red Sox are probably not going to make it. Interesting. All right, well, the races are in the NL West. The Astros have a game lead over the Giants and a 2-game lead over the Dodgers. The Mets are pretty much a lock. The Angels have a 3-game lead over the A's. And then in the AL East, the Tigers are 4.5 games back, and then the Blue Jays and Brewers are both 3 games back of the Yankees. So here we go. Does that elimination number come to this page? No. Okay, well, what we'll do is we'll run a week, and then we'll go back and we'll just look. So let's get through Saturday, September 6th. Stories are Mike Scott, George Bell, Vince Coleman. A couple of really good pennant races. One really good one in the NL West. Can the Astros hold off the Giants and the Dodgers? I sure hope so. I like the Astros. Keep an eye over here, too. George Bell is still in the running. And he's leading the major leagues in OPS, if that's your kind of stat. By the way, I could give a crap less about WAR on this channel. The wins above replacement and all that garbage. I'm more of a traditional guy, so a triple crown means more to me than a 10 WAR season. I mean, I don't mind analytics, but they don't run my life. Okay, so through the 6th, let's go back and look at magic numbers. Astros, look at this. Pulled out, they got a little bit of a lead, a 3-game lead. The Expos pulling, ooh. They're like, we're not quite done. They are. Red Sox are over 500. That means they've won 7 games in a row. Is that true? Yeah, look at this. 7 games in a row. All right. But the Yankees still have a 3-game lead over the Blue Jays, 3.5 over the Brewers, and 4.5 over the Tigers. California pulling away a little bit from Oakland. Okay. Let's see. Mike Scott's at 292 for strikeouts. Vince Coleman's 102 for stolen bases. And George Bell is now 7 behind in RBIs. And he pulled up a little bit closer in batting average. So let's play the next week. This is a lot more fun than some homebrew thing that doesn't do what you want it to do. The 13th. I mean, if you don't have the stats for something, then don't just make it just to have it. You know, don't force in other seasons' teams. I mean, like, oh wow, the I don't have the right stats for let's say, I don't have the right stats for, I'm trying to think of a huge outlier here. The 1995 baseball season. I don't have the right stats for that. So instead of the 95 Yankees, I'm going to input like the 96 Yankees. You know? Because they were a lot better. So, I mean, it's like, you know, oh, and I don't have the 95 Expos, so I'm going to put in the 94 Expos, who are spectacular. You know what I'm saying? Oh, 89? I don't have the right stats? I'll just put in the 88 Tigers and the 88 Dodgers. I mean, come on. It's sloppy, and it makes your game look bad. That one should be taken off. Just an opinion. All right, let's go look. It looks like the standings really tightened up some. Quite a bit. Boston's on a hot streak, by the way. All of a sudden, they're only 5 games out. The Tigers and the Brewers are 1.5, and the Blue Jays are 1 game behind. The Yankees are faltering just a little. Interesting. California's opened up a 6.5 game lead over the A's. Oh, we have some eliminations to talk about, too. The Mets are close to being done. Oh, you know, done. That division's done. And the Astros have a 1 game lead over the Dodgers and a 2.5 game lead over the Giants. And eliminated are the Phillies at 66 and 75 right now, Pittsburgh 64 and 76, and the Cardinals 64 and 77. And then over in the American League, the Mariners are eliminated at 61 and 82. The Twins, 53 and 88, 30.5 games behind. And then in the East, the Indians are eliminated at 56 and 86. The Red Sox, though, can this just look at like month to month? Well, they were in September. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They're 11-1 in September, the Red Sox. So that's huge. Let's look at George Bell, the watch. Might have to just look at the American League here because the National Leaguers are doing their thing. George Bell is four RBIs behind Joe Carter. He's tied with Jesse Barfield for the home run lead. And, he is 19 points shy of Robin Yount for batting. Alrighty. Ricky Henderson has 98 steals. That's something. Let's go look at just the National League now. I hit American again. Sorry, everybody. Okay, Tim Raines hitting 331, barely leading Tony Gwynn with a 324. Glenn Davis from Houston hitting 305 with 32 bombs and 122 RBIs. Vince Coleman with 106 stolen bases. Mike Scott, 305 strikeouts. That'll do. And Doc has 22 wins for the Mets. Mike Krukow for the Giants with a 2.16 ERA. Wow. Well, all right. Let's go play the next week. This is tightening up, and it's looking fun. Get us through the 20th here. I don't think George Bell's got it in him, but hey, I didn't think the Red Sox were more than chum in the water anyway. Or, so who knows? What do I know, right? But yeah, I'm definitely going to send a message or something because okay, great. It's for completion so that you can play the 85 season, but was it really the 85 season? No. And I've noticed a couple of those college homebrew things are like that. So I think when it comes to college, I don't know. It can't be that hard to find the college baseball or college football stats. I mean, people have been keeping track of stats forever. Why would you throw the wrong teams in there? Or is it just because you don't like that team? I don't know. I'd love to know for sure. I think the George Bell Triple Crown run is coming to an end. I don't think he cares, though, because I think he'd rather go to the World Series or the playoffs. Wouldn't we all, right? Okay, let's see where we're at. Okay. Let's see. The Astros have a 1-game lead over the Dodgers and a 2-game lead over the Giants. Everybody else in that division is eliminated. The Mets have a 12.5 game lead on the Expos, who have a 3-game elimination number, and everybody else from that division is gone. The Angels have a 5-game lead over the A's, and a 13.5 game lead over the Royals, and everybody else in that division is eliminated. And then the Yankees, the East is turning out to be a really good one too. They have a 1-game lead over the Blue Jays, 2.5 over the Brewers, 4 over the Tigers, and 5.5 over the Red Sox. And then Baltimore and Cleveland, are eliminated. All right, let's look at this here. The National League, Tim Raines is maybe Kevin Bass. Wow. Glenn Davis is having a great season with 32 homers and 124 RBIs. Vince Coleman's up to 111 stolen bases. Mike Scott has 327 strikeouts. And Doc with his 23rd victory in the National League there. Now the American League. Okay, Mattingly is back in the lead with 336. Barfield's actually leading George Bell in RBIs by 1. Mattingly with 128 RBIs. Ricky Henderson with 101 steals and 113 runs scored. Wow. And in the pitching, wow, at first glance, you're like, wow, Roger Clemens is having a great year, right? 3.13 ERA, 16 wins, 246 strikeouts. But then you look at Teddy Higuera, 2.91 ERA, leading the league in wins with 18 and in third with strikeouts. I mean, this is fun. The Tigers have the highest fielding percentage, tied with the Blue Jays in the American League. What? Okay. Let's play the next week. Getting tight. I think after this week, it's all going to be done because there's only 3 days left in September after this. Let's go. For the Tigers, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but I would love a winning record. And it would be great if, the Red Sox finished in 5th, considering, they're the big hope of Boston, and they're better than they're playing, but I don't know if they're World Series champion material. And again, I don't think the Yankees are either. I mean, 86 is pretty much the Mets world, and we're just living in it. I'm looking at the thing. George Bell's run at the Triple Crown has definitely ended. If Don Mattingly had more home runs, maybe he'd have a chance at it, but wow. All right. The best part of every baseball season is looking at the numbers at the end. I'm looking forward to that a lot. For a change, let's look at this here. Let's look at these highlights. Oh my. All right, well, let's go look at the standings and everything else with, I think, just a couple games left. Oh, Houston fell apart. They have the Dodgers are now in the lead by 2 games over Houston and 5 over the Giants. The Mets have clinched. The Angels have a 5.5 game lead over the A's, whose magic number is now 3. And, well, the Yankees are holding on to a 1 game lead over the Brewers, 4.5 over the Blue Jays, and then 5.5 over the Red Sox and Tigers. Pew. All right. Yeah, George Bell that's over with. So let's just put it on both leagues snapshot so we can just see the overall leaders here. Wade Boggs has 48 doubles. That's 50 is no joke. Kevin Bass and Robin Yount are leading their leagues in batting average with a 333 each. Barfield is the Major League home run leader at 38 right now. Mattingly and Glenn Davis with 129 for RBIs. Vince Coleman and Ricky Henderson are both over 100 stolen bases. Wow. Okay, Mike Scott has 20 wins, 335 strikeouts, and he's second in the majors in ERA. But for some reason, they're giving Dwight Gooden the Cy Young. We'll see about that when we look at the stats at the end. All right, let's finish out September. But it says that there's 8 games left. So what day does the season end here? October 5th. Now let's just go to let's finish it. Let's finish the season. Rooting for the Astros. It's like the big thing that I'm rooting for here. And the Tigers have a winning record guaranteed, so I'm happy with that. I just can't believe the comeback Boston made. Losing record coming into September, and then just lights out. Anyway, we're almost there. This is October 5th. We're going to see some fun numbers here. And the regular season has come to an end. Let's do the standings first. The Astros, all right, win the National League West by 1 game over the Dodgers. That'll do. The Mets win 104 games. That division was a joke. The Angels hold off the A's, winning 97 games. Wow. And then the Yankees win the East. And look at that. The Tigers finished in 3rd. I'll take every bit of that. I'm looking. The Brewers only played 161. So did the Red Sox. Wonder why. All right. Well, let's see here. Let's see who the All-Stars were. Dwight Gooden, Gary Carter, Glenn Davis, Steve Sachs, Mike Schmidt, Hubie Brooks, Tim Raines, Lenny Webster, Mitch Webster, Lenny Dykstra, sorry, and then Kevin Bass. Okay. Where was that? American League. Joaquin Andujar, Lance Parrish, gotta love it. Don Mattingly, Tony Bernazard, what? Wade Boggs at 3rd. Tony Fernandez just beats out Alan Trammell. Jim Rice, a guy that doesn't get talked about enough. Robin Yount, Jesse Barfield, Hitman Mike Easler. Okay. Player top performances. Interesting. Learning here. Pitches. Look at all these guys that threw 150 plus pitches. Like that would be allowed today. I'm wondering, is there like a hitting streaks? Let's take a look. Don Mattingly with a 33-game hitting streak. Whoa. There's Darnell Coles with a 16. That's cool. Jeez, 33 games. This is a fun little deal here. Highlights? Is this where we find cycles? No, I'm not dealing with that. Let's just go to the leaders and finish this up. Okay, batting. Kevin Bass, 339 batting average. This is both leagues, by the way. We had 28 batters hit 300. All right. I don't like what I'm seeing there. Where'd Darnell Coles go? There he is, 289. He must have got cold. Home runs, Jesse Barfield with 42. Triples, Brett Butler with 17. Whoa. Wade Boggs with 50 doubles. Steve Sachs with 121 runs scored. Duty. No, I'm sorry, that's not Duty. That's Dwight. Dwight Evans led the league in walks with 117. Jim Presley with 200 strikeouts. Crazy. Don Mattingly wins the RBI crown with 139 and hits with 225. I think he's going to be the AL MVP. I don't know. We'll see. Total bases, 366 to Mattingly. 2 guys over 100 in stolen bases. Vince Coleman with 120. Rick Anderson with 105. And then Tim Raines chipped in 81. Robin Yount with a 420 on base percentage. And then Jesse Barfield with a 580 slugging. Okay. Let's see in here. Sacrifice hits, Robbie Thompson, I think, with 21. And Wally Backman with 21. Those are the bunts. Sacrifice flies, Glenn Davis with 18. Jesse Barfield with a 958 OPS. Don Baylor, hit by a pitch 29 times. Ouch. Bill Buckner, poor Bill Buckner, 28, grounded into double play. Pitching. ERA was Ron Darling, but Mike Scott was right there. Okay. Craig Lefferts, 91 games. Blyleven with 280 innings. Teddy Higuera, 21 complete games. Jack Morris with 18. I mean, come on. And Fernando and Blyleven with 18 each. Wins, Dwight Gooden led with 25, Ron Darling with 21, and then Mike Scott with 20. Losses, Mike Boddicker, 21 losses for the Orioles. Jeff Reardon with 38 saves. Okay. A couple guys with 4 complete game shutouts. Strikeouts, Mike Scott was in a league of his own. Floyd Humans for the Expos with 127 walks. That might hurt them in the playoffs. Oh, no. Expos didn't make it. My bad. Jack Morris allows 50 home runs. Oh. Mike Scott with the best whip. He's got to be... I'm going to be mad if it's Dwight Gooden just based on the... just based on the wins. Charlie Leibrandt gave up 66 doubles. What? Smithson from the Twins with 17 hit by pitches. Correa and Bobby Witt for the Rangers with 19 wild pitches. What? Poor guys. 3 no-hitters in the season. Correa from Texas, Fernando Valenzuela for the Dodgers, and Rick Sutcliffe for the Cubs. Okay. What do we have here? Nothing. Let's look at the MVPs. Disappointing. Don Mattingly runs away with the MVP in the American League. Oh, right. We should probably do this on their own, right? Yeah. Glenn Davis wins the MVP in the National League. Wow. Just wow. And then Dwight Gooden wins the Cy Young, even though Mike Scott has a lower ERA, more games pitched, more innings, even though Doc had more complete games, less hits, less home runs, less walks, 146 more strikeouts. I mean, Mike Scott outpitched Dwight Gooden completely. How? It's just 25 wins, sorry, whatever. Okay, now the American League. Don Mattingly wins the MVP, but I just want to point out, Ricky Henderson had 30 home runs and 105 stolen bases. Wow, that's nuts. And then Joaquin Andujar wins the American League Cy Young Award. Again, maybe Roger Clemens should have won it. I mean, he beats Andujar and Teddy Higuera on a lot of the metrics, except for ERA. I don't know. Anyway, that was the 1986 regular season. When we come back around to this, we'll do the playoffs. I've been Graz. This was much better than last night's video with the football. Later.